Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Paulette Baker Consulting. Welcome to Moneymaker Morning by Paulette Baker Consulting Services. I'm going to give it a few minutes for some of you to come on in this morning to Moneymaker Mornings, all things resale for consignment and resale shop owners. I've got some great information or a great couple of tips that I want to share with you this morning. And the awesome thing about these tips that I'm going to share with you this morning, they're not going to cost you anything to do. You can do these few tips that I'm going to share with you this morning in your store. You can start them this week. You don't have to go out and buy anything. Good morning, Lois. How are you? Good morning, Ellen. You can go out. You don't have to go out and buy anything. These two tips and strategies that I'm going to share with you this morning are going to cost you absolutely nothing. Don't you love when you can do things, maybe with a little time, of course, a little time, a little energy. And these things that I'm going to share with you this morning, they are going to cause the energy in your store to become a little lifted. Okay, so when people come into your store, you want them to come into a good energy. You want them to come into some excitement, and you want them to come into your store with a mindset to purchase. Okay. Hey guys, listen, I'm Paulette Baker. For those of you that don't know me, I own name brand consignments. Been in the consignment resale business for 22 years. And I started a consulting company after I retired from brick and mortar. I converted my brick and mortar resale store um, to 100% e-commerce about 2 years and a couple months ago. But that's who I am. I own name brand consignments. I started a consulting company. I love sharing and helping resale store and consignment shop owners, helping them with their business, helping them to be successful and profitable. My Moneymaker mornings are created to share some tips and strategies with you. We also have products and services on our website. But this morning, I want to share a couple of energy hacks with you. I have a ebook where I share, I think it's like 5 or 8 energy hacks. Well, this morning, I want to share two of energy hacks that you can implement in your resale store. You can start today, you can start tomorrow. It's not going to cost you anything, but a little time, a little effort, and a little energy. And what these energy hacks, what they do is they cause the energy in your resale store to be active, to become active, because energy can become flat, can become dormant, especially when you have those lulls or you have those times when you're in between customers. Sometimes we have an hour lull, we have a 2 hour lull where there's nobody in the store, nobody has come into the store. And again, I want to share a couple of these things with you to help you in your store with that energy, to keep that energy high and moving, so that when people come into your store, they're coming into a great energy. That energy is going to help change their mindset and put them in the mood to shop. Okay, now here goes. The first energy hack, and this is so simple, you guys, and some of you may have remembered from before because I shared this some Moneymaker Lives months ago. But anyway, the first energy hack is dusting. Doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to go out and buy anything, unless you want to go out and buy some lemony or citrusy furniture or dusting oil, because it's going to give that fresh aroma. But dusting transforms dead flat energy into live, lightweight, active energy. And if you have a clothing store or if you have a furniture store, that dust settles really, really fast. When you dust one day and a couple days later, you can, see the dust. Sometimes the next day you can see the dust settling. But dusting is a good energy hack. Now, you can implement dusting into your your opening procedure, or you can implement dusting into your, what do you call it, when your assignment for your workers, when that lull is there and it's quiet, if they're not processing and manning your front counter. What I love, what works great for me and have worked great for me in the past, are the little dusters that you slide on the little stick. I can't even remember the name of them, but you just kind of go through with those little duster things. Honey, can you hand me one of those duster, that box out of the laundry room? I'm here at home. Can you can you hand me, the Swifters, that's what they're called. The Swift dusters. They are really, really good. You can also, have the extension where you can do your ceiling fans or whatever. But dusting is going to help you transform that dead flat energy in your store. So again, you can assign that to your front counter help, or when you have those lulls in between, you can get your little duster out and you can kind of go in your shelvings and down in between. Thank you, Mr. Baker. This is what they look like. I know y'all. My husband.
Hey, y'all.
This is what they look like. I love these, and they work great in the store. And again, I'm telling you guys, dusting, when you get that dust in and around your store, if you open up your racks and the dust settles from the shelf, this is going to help change or create a energy in your store. It's going to help lift it's going to help to lift the flat energy that's in your store. So dusting your store top to bottom, front to back on a consistent basis, it adds momentum and drive to the atmosphere. Listen, and don't forget, when you're dusting, don't forget to look up, in the corners, how the spider webs, there's a proverb that talks about spiders being, even spiders are in the king's house. So, so spider webs, I don't care how clean you are, spiders and spider webs will find their way in to your business. So don't forget to look up in the corners and look on maybe some standing displays that you have, and make sure you get those spider webs and that dust out of the corners when you look up in your store. I'm telling you, dusting is amazing. And if you use a lemony or citrusy type of oil, or dusting spray or whatever, that's going to add a plus, because I'm going to throw this one in extra today, because the sense of smell also is an energy hack. I'm going to share that one with you at a later time. But dusting, it's great. You want to go through your store, deep dusting throughout, and you're going to watch that energy shift to a higher energy when you go throughout that store and dusting. And like I said, you can add that in to your opening procedures. I hope that you ladies have an opening procedure for yourself and for your manager or your staff or those that are running your store. For the days that you're not there, they're going through that opening procedure list and they're signing off on it, okay? Okay, number 2, the second energy hack. And good morning, Paulette. Good morning, Paulette, from all the way from Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining me this morning. Good morning, Lois, from North Carolina. Good morning, Kelly, from Austin, Texas. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies, for watching me this morning. I appreciate it, and I hope that these Moneymaker mornings are going to give you some strategies and ideas and cause some aha moments that you could use in your business to create, more business, more customers, and definitely more profits. Okay, the second one, energy hack that I'm going to give you today is motion. M-O-T-I-O-N. Let's move. Motion. Motion is energy stored in the movement of objects. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about this, but motion, you're going to want to add this into your opening and or daily procedures as well, because again, we're talking about energy hacks. We want to keep that energy in your resale store. We want to keep that energy high, and we want to keep it light. So when those customers come in, they're going to come into a good energy, and it's going to cause them to open their pocketbooks. It's going to cause them to open their wallets and get their card out and buy and swipe. Okay. So motion is energy stored in the movement of objects. It takes energy to get an object moving, and energy is released when an object is moved. Okay, you said, okay, so what does that have to do with my resale store? What does that have to do with my business? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Move and readjust merchandise in your store. Move and adjust merchandise. Why do you guys think I don't know if any of you are Walmart shoppers. You just when you think you've learned Walmart and where things are, you can go back like the next week and they have totally, flipped the store around. Walmart uses this motion strategy because it creates energy in the store. So you want to implement motion in your store by moving and adjusting items in your store. You can go out to on your sales floor. Since I retired, I worked I call it a third-time job. It really wasn't a part-time job because I wasn't getting that many hours, but it was just something to do. I worked for a local dress shop here, and one of the things that we had to do was go out and refold the clothes, reorganize the racks. I mean, we had to do it constantly, on our shifts. And what this does, people, it creates energy. Well, the energy is already in your store, but it causes the energy in your store to become light, and it causes that flat energy to become active. Okay, so you want to create motion in your store. You want to go around and move some clothing, refold, straighten your displays. Moving causes energy. Okay, straighten, organize, size, refold clothing and items throughout your store on a daily basis. Reorder or freshen up your displays and vignettes. A display that sells a display is something, or a vignette is a display that tells a story or expresses an image or a description. So if you have a vignette, maybe, Valentine is coming. Maybe you have we're going to talk about power walls too, guys. I'm not going to talk about power walls today, but power walls are totally awesome. But maybe you want to do a vignette. Valentine is coming, and Valentine, I think, is like the second or third largest, spending, where consumers spend a lot of money. So maybe you want to create a vignette, and I'm kind of veering off here, but maybe you want to create a vignette toward the Valentine, the season of love that's coming along. Okay, but move merchandise around in your business daily. That's going to help that flat energy to come alive, and it's going to help your store to be have that feeling of, okay, this is the place that I want to be. This is the place that I want to shop. There's several energy hacks. I wanted to share those two with you this morning. Dusting's not going to cost you anything. And motion. Get out and move those clothes around. Get out and move around in your store. Just you or your staff. Don't just sit there and wait for somebody to come in the door. When they come in, you want them to come into that energy and that lightweight. Lois says yes, and customers think you have a lot of, that's right, and they think you have a lot of new merchandise because the energy is light, it's not dusty, there's not that staleness in the atmosphere. So these are two things, ladies, we're talking about Money Maker Mornings. These are two things that's going to help you to create an energy in your store, so when that customer or those customers come in, they're coming into a great energy. They're coming into, I don't know if you've ever shopped around. I'm sure you have, and you've gone into the store and it was so eerie. Like, it was just dead and flat and eerie. There was nothing moving. It was stale. And a lot of times you kind of make a little beeline back around and out. That's because the energy was flat. Okay. So like I said, there's several energy hacks that you can use in your store. A lot of the hacks are free. They don't cost you anything but some time and some energy to actually get out on your floor to do it. There's some other ones that I'll share with you maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I wanted to share those 2 energy hacks with you to keep that energy flowing and going in your store. Now, I mentioned this on yesterday. I talked about all of the different things that we have to do and keep going in our resale and consignment store. So this is the pie that I envision when I think about and I talk about all of the things that we have to do to keep our resale store going and that cash, let me hold it up, and that cash flowing. So as I do the Money Maker Mornings, I'm going to hit on some things that I think is vital to keep our resale store going and flowing and the money coming in. Okay. So I wanted to share that pie with you, and I've got some things, some slices listed on here, and we'll look more at that on at another broadcast. Let's see, it's 9:14. I've got a minute and a half left. I don't know if anybody has any questions concerning energy hacks in your store. I just gave you 2, and I also threw in some other tips. I don't know if you caught them. One of the tips is opening procedures. You want to have a written list of opening procedures for yourself and for your staff, team, your helpers. Check off list, sign off on it. It helps to keep you, it helps to keep this little wheel. It helps to keep this little wheel turning when you have your opening procedures list and your closing procedures list. But we'll talk about opening and closing procedures at another time. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this morning for Money Maker Mornings with Paulette. I'm just so excited about resale. I love the resale industry. I love working in resale. Even though I'm retired now from brick and mortar, I am a eBayer. I sell on eBay, and I absolutely love that as well. But listen, guys, have a great and wonderful day. I'm going to be right back here tomorrow morning at 9:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, I was able to be on both channels. Yesterday, I couldn't get my other phone to cooperate, but I'm on the Paulette Baker resale group. It's a private page, and I'm also on my personal page, Paulette Baker's personal page. So if you're a consignment or resale shop owner and you want to continue to hear and get in on the Moneymaker Mornings, be sure you go over to Paulette Baker. I think it's Paulette Baker Resale group. I'm gonna have to put it in. I'll put it in the comments on tomorrow. I can't remember the name of the page. It's Paulette Baker Resale Consulting Group, I think it is. So you want to go over there and sign up. That is a private group page for consignment and resale store owners. All right, guys, have a great day. Get in your stores today. Create that energy. Do a little dusting. Move some stuff around and get that energy flowing. I pray prosperity and blessings over your business on today. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.